So Greyhound Welfare has an online application, and so the first thing that somebody has to do if they're interested in adopting is to fill out the application, and the application asks for information about you and your work schedule and your plans for taking care of a dog. It asks for references and for a vet if you already have a relationship with a vet. And so then Greyhound Welfare checks with your references and just make sure that you would be someone who would be a responsible dog owner. If you have a vet and have other pets, they check to make sure that you're getting regular vet care for your other pets. There are a couple of books that adopters are required to read, and then once they've done the reference checks and you've read the books, then the next step would be a phone screen. So a volunteer from Greyhound Welfare calls and they go over a lot of the information in the books and find out more about what you're looking for in a dog, and if there are any special traits that you might need in a dog that you would adopt. After the phone screen, then there's a home visit. A Greyhound Welfare volunteer comes over with a greyhound, usually their own personal dog, but sometimes they'll bring a dog who's in the foster program, and they come to the house and give you advice about where to locate the crate, and maybe there's things on a low shelf the dog might be interested in, so they'll give advice about just how to make your home comfortable for a dog, and talk some more about what you're looking for, and what type of dog would be what type of foster dog would be a good fit for your lifestyle.
Then we have a process where we look at the dogs that we have and the individual adopter and see which dogs would be a good fit. We call it recommendations. Give them a list of dogs they can adopt from. Then the adopter can go and visit any of the dogs that they've been recommended in the foster home and make their pick of which dog they would like.
Well, all of our adopters must be 21 or older to adopt. We have two basic books that have to be read. One is the Dummies book for adopting a retired racing greyhound. The other is Love Has No Age Limit, and that's by Patricia McConnell and Karen London. If they live in a home that has a backyard, if it's fenced, then we want to walk around the backyard and make sure the fence is at least 4 feet high and that it's securely gated and substantial fencing.
As far as children in the house, I mentioned we prefer not to adopt out to families with children under 6. Again, it's more of a thing just to make sure that under that, what's the interaction between the dog and the child, and sometimes the children won't necessarily respect the dog, and it may lead to problems.
If people rent or they're in a condo and there's condo bylaws, we do need a copy of the lease or something from the condo board that would allow a large dog.
So it's important when you adopt your greyhound that you have a crate for the greyhound to come home to, that you have the appropriate collar. Greyhound Welfare provides you with the collar and the leash. Greyhounds wear what's called a martingale collar, which, because their head and neck are so narrow, the martingale is a no-slip collar. You may want to have a harness for your greyhound if that makes it easier for you to walk him.
Because they only have one layer of fur and they're very thin skinned, they also are primarily muscle. They don't have a lot of body fat. When you're cold, the human, the dog is going to be cold. And when you're hot, the dog is going to be hot, because that body fat is not there to help regulate the temperature. So in the wintertime, a coat for these guys is essential. In the summertime, the important thing is just watch the temperature and the humidity. Usually if the temperature is hitting that 80-degree mark, if that humidity is up there like it always is in Washington, D.C. in the summer, you want to walk that dog early in the morning and late in the evening to avoid that excessive heat. For obedience training, we do ask all our adopters to take their dog for obedience training within the first 2 months of adoption. It's not that we expect these dogs to be able to sit, stay, roll over, and wash windows and scrub floors, just like that. It's more of a bonding experience. It's an opportunity for the adopter and the dog to learn to respect each other.
You should have what you need to trim their nails. Many people use the Dremel to file their nails. That's a very easy way to keep their nails trimmed.
If you brush your dog like once a week, you really don't have to bathe your dog every time you turn around. Usually most of us will bathe the dog in the summer, we'll bathe the dog in the winter.
So greyhounds are pretty low maintenance when it comes to grooming. They've got short hair coats and they don't have an undercoat, but they do still shed a little bit. So they do need to be brushed every once in a while just to keep their coat in good condition. Greyhound Welfare offers a lot of post-adoption support. One thing that we offer for adopters is a distribution list or a discussion group where people can post questions and ask for opinions on different types of issues with their dogs. Greyhound Welfare also does regular follow-ups with adopters, so they contact adopters at 1 week and 6 weeks and 3 months and 6 months, and then as much as possible on an annual basis after that to just find out how the dogs are doing and to help people with any issues that might have come up.